In this video, I'm sharing how to get clients as a web designer without a large social media following. Hi, I'm Danbee. I'm a web design mentor based in Switzerland. I help web designers build profitable and inclusive businesses without overworking. To get started, head over to danbeeshin.com/training. By the end of this video, you'll be able to attract high quality clients and spend your time working on profitable client projects instead of wasting your time chasing social media algorithms. You've probably heard this advice before. To grow your business, you need to grow a large audience. You need to expand your reach and get in front of as many people as possible. This is why there is so much educational content around creating viral content, getting interviewed by celebrity podcasts, running ads on Google, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and growing your email list. Here's why all of this is completely wrong and misleading if you are a web designer. Growing a large audience just doesn't make sense in terms of time and resources that's required if you're trying to grow your web design business. These strategies can work really well if you are an influencer or a content creator, or if you're selling scalable products like courses, memberships, or physical products. But that is not the business that you are in. You're a freelancer delivering high-touch services to a very small number of clients. I think the reason that so many of us, myself included, get caught up in this idea of building a large audience and creating viral content and racking up the likes is because we look to what other people around us are doing, and that's just natural. We tend to compare ourselves to other people in business. And the trap is that we tend to also compare ourselves to other businesses regardless of the kind of business that they are. I fell into this exact same trap, and it wasn't until I stopped and looked at where my clients were coming from for my design business that I realized that all the work that I was putting into growing my email list, growing my social media accounts, just wasn't what was translating into profitable client projects. So before you go and put all of this time and effort into growing your social media accounts, take a hard, cold look at your last few clients, your last 3 clients. Where did they come from? Did they come from social media? So what's the alternative? For me, the alternative is building a small connection audience. A small connection audience, every person in this audience has a personal connection to you, hence the name. And this works because as a web designer, you only need 1 or 2 client projects every month to have a sustainable business. And to get these 1 or 2 client projects, you only need a handful of high quality leads every month to make this happen. When I say high quality leads, I'm talking about people who are ready to invest in a professional web designer and people who have been referred to you through personal connections. And because they have this innate trust in you, they are more likely to sign up months in advance, pay your deposit, and be really committed to the projects that you work on with. And these kinds of high quality leads, they don't just come from random thousands, tens of thousands of strangers online. They come from the connections that people in your personal network make on your behalf. And when you sign a new client, that client becomes another person who can help you grow your small connection audience. And with every new connection, if you just focus on developing that personal connection, having a genuine relationship with that person, you will soon have way more people who want to work with you than you can take on as clients. And you do not need a large audience to make this happen. And one quick tip you can implement right away to find that first person who can jumpstart your connection audience is to look where you are right now. You don't have to look for new networks. You don't have to look for new communities. Look at what you are a part of right now through your hobbies, your interests, your school networks, your work networks. You already know people, even if it feels like you don't know anyone, you know people. Look in that group of people to see who you can approach for a conversation right now. I go deeper into this in my free training, How to Get Clients Consistently as a Freelance Web Designer. You can find that at danbeeshin.com/training. Let's say you're at home and you need to make a quick trip to the supermarket. You have two options. One is to build an F1 racing car. This would involve making a design, creating simulations, sourcing your materials, putting everything together, testing it out, making sure it meets safety requirements, all that good stuff. And if you're lucky, you might make it to the supermarket in a few months. That's if you're really lucky and everything goes according to plan. Or alternatively, you could just, if you're physically able, put on your shoes, grab a bag, and walk the 5 minutes that it takes to get to your supermarket. The second option is going to take minimal preparation and get you to your destination so much faster. And if you're a web designer who works one on one with clients delivering high quality websites, choosing to build a large audience is like choosing to build the racing car instead of just walking to the supermarket. I'm curious if you've had any aha moments so far. If you have, please share them in the comments. I also want to hear if you are team go viral, build an influencer audience, or if you're leaning towards build your small connection audience. Let me know in the comments. At this point, you might be thinking, referrals never work for me, or I've asked for referrals, but I've just never gotten good leads from asking for them. You are not the only one, and I hear this all the time. The problem is, most web designers don't have a strategic approach for growing their connection audience. They will send off a one-off email here and there and call it a day. And what you really need is a strategy. If a strategy sounds too complicated, let me break it down for you. You need a way to deliver high quality, super smooth client experiences. You need a way to ask for that referral at the right time. You need a way to offer ethical incentives. And you need to be able to anticipate blockers that might keep people from sending you referrals and address them effectively. That is all a strategy does. I see far too many people focusing on that initial lead generation aspect of running your web design business and not enough on what actually goes into delivering high quality client work and managing those client relationships, which is what really makes it possible to grow a connection audience like this in this strategic way. And that's why I created my course, The Fast Track System, because I wanted to talk all about what goes into working with clients and what it actually takes to get clients consistently. Honestly, if you ask freelance web designers who are quietly running profitable businesses, bringing in 5,000 to 10,000 or even more in US dollars every month, most of their clients come from referrals. These are the web designers who are not famous. They have probably fewer than 1,000 followers on Instagram, but they don't have to worry about building large audiences. They can just focus on their small connection audiences to bring in consistent clients and book out their calendars. Now, having said all of that, to convince someone from your small connection audience to work with you, you do need some social media content to show them you know what you're doing. And that is what I'm covering in this next video that is on your screen. So click on it and I'll see you over there.